Are you struggling with using Instagram Live to grow your business and your influence online? Well, today I'm going to be sharing 3 tips to help you find the perfect guest for your next Instagram Live session. Now, you also want to stay till the end because I'm going to be sharing a bonus tip that ties those 3 tools together, all right? Now, let's get into the video. Hey y'all, what's up? It's me, Faye Shala, and welcome to my channel where we talk about all things marketing, money, and making it happen, all right? So the 3 M's, we're here to help you level up your business, level up your life, and really just get the audience and the money that you're looking for yourself, all right? Today, we're talking about Instagram Live. Like, do me a favor, if you've ever hosted an Instagram Live video, leave me a comment and let me know how it went. But here's the thing. Most people are using Instagram Live now in 2020, especially now that most people are home. We want to stay top of mind for our customers, and Instagram Live is a great way to do it. However, it is also becoming more saturated, even though more people are online. So you got to do it the right way and use the right title, the right content, and most especially have the right guest to draw people in and stay with you, right? Now, Instagram Live is a powerful tool, and the reason it's a powerful tool is pretty simple. Number 1, it's really easy to use. All you really need is a cell phone and an Instagram account, and boom, you are more than likely to be able to host a live session, right? The second thing is that there's so many people on Instagram. There are over 1 billion people using Instagram right now. Yes. 1 billion people who are on Instagram every day, and the usage is only going up in 2020. So you want to put yourself out there in a way that catches people's attention. And the third reason that Instagram Live is great is that it's quick. You can just open up your camera, go live with someone, close it, and you're done. You can move on, all right? So right now is day 1 in a series where I'm going to be sharing you multiple tips on how you can leverage Instagram Live to grow your business. I'm passionate about this topic because I recently hosted Instagram Live a couple of times. I've been doing an Instagram Live series on my business page, Statuesque Events, where I've been bringing up some of my frienders, meaning their friends and vendors, and bringing them up and just talking about weddings, talking about the wedding world. Of course, weddings are on hold right now, but there's still so much to talk about that we can use to help our clients. Now, as a result of those live sessions, I have booked additional clients while we were on lockdown, all right? People loved hearing from me. They loved hearing the tips, and they loved the authenticity that came with Instagram Live. And I've even booked a coaching client based off of that. So when you do it right, Instagram Live can truly bring you new clients and new business, right? It's not all about getting attention. Sometimes it's about getting attention from the right people. And Instagram Live can help you capture that, which is why I'm doing this series, and I want to help you, all right? So without any further ado, let's hop into our tips for today. First of all, why do you need a guest on Instagram Live? The truth is that you don't need a guest, but it's always a good thing to have a conversation. Think about Oprah. Now, we all love Oprah. We love her perspectives. We love her insight, her wisdom. We love the way that she looks at situations. But when you really think about it, Oprah grew her influence by interviewing other people, not by just speaking by herself, right? We got to see her bring on people that she thought was interesting, that she connected with, or that she knew personally, and then her responses to the things that they said, the insight that she added on top of their stories and things like that is what made us say, you know what? She gets it. I like her. That resonates with me. And that's something that you can do with your Instagram Live. Really, you can treat it like a talk show. A live talk show, there's no redos, but a talk show nonetheless. And I think that when you do that, it's such a powerful thing. It helps people to feel your vibes and, just to fall in love with you. So that's why I'm really a big advocate of doing Instagram Live along with someone else. So here are your 3 tips, 3 things that you can do to find the perfect guest for your next Instagram Live session. So first, let's start with tip number 1. With tip number 1, you want to get someone that you have good chemistry with. Now, I know that this may be one of those tips that you may have never thought of before, but chemistry on Instagram Live or on any kind of interview is so crucial because people can feel it. As human beings, we can inherently tell when 2 people like each other, when they're vibing off of each other, and it makes you want to watch more when people are vibing off of each other. Now, a perfect example would be something that actually just happened pretty recently, would be the Instagram Live session, the versus session between Jill Scott and Erykah Badu. Now, First of all, let's just start with this. Jill Scott and Erykah Badu are both incredibly talented. Like, they have beautiful music. We knew this before we even watched the Instagram live session, that they're both talented. They both make amazing music, right? So that's why we tuned in the first place. However, once the live session got started and once it was over, the thing that everyone talked about was their chemistry. Everyone talked about the fact that they loved each other. They gave each other compliments. They smiled. They laughed and they jived when each other's songs were on. They sang each other's lyrics. They backed each other up. And that chemistry is what people are really still talking about today. Almost a week later, people are still talking about that aspect of the live session, not even the music, to be honest. And I think a larger part of the reason people aren't talking about the music is because everyone knows they have amazing music, but the music wasn't even what stole the show. It was their chemistry, and that was what made people continue to watch. People are watching replays on YouTube, and I also saw on the news that their streaming numbers are up, like they're way through the roof. So not only did the live session go great and people were excited, but people have been streaming their music more, which means more money for both of them as a result of that, of the fact that they had a beautiful live session. There was no cattiness. They enjoyed each other's company. They complimented each other, and their chemistry was real. And because we all felt it and we all loved it, they're making more money. I mean, people just like to buy from people that they like, and your chemistry with other people is something that people can like about you. Just the fact that you had good chemistry with someone on Instagram Live while providing, a service and serving people, that chemistry is so crucial. So you definitely want to find someone that you have good chemistry with before you bring them on Instagram Live. Don't forget it's live, so people can sense everything. They can sense the weird faces that you're making towards each other. They can sense the shade that you're throwing towards each other. They can sense all of those things. So you definitely want to find someone that you have good chemistry with, that you genuinely like. And it also causes people to ask questions and to leave a lot of comments. And of course, when people are leaving hearts, when people are commenting, that's a big thing in Instagram Live. It makes other people want to join. So, you definitely want to make sure you find someone that you like and that you have good chemistry with and that you vibe with. It's something that really makes a big difference in your Instagram Live session. And now for tip number 2. Consider bringing on a guest where you and the guest have audiences with mutual interests, all right? Again, I'm gonna say it again because I know that was a tongue twister. Where you and the other person have audiences with mutual interests. A good example of this would be when I brought on my friend Roxanne Birchfield, who is also known as Married by Rev Roxy. She's an officiant and she's been on a lot of shows. She's been on Love is Blind. She's been on Married at First Sight. And she's even been on Love and Hip Hop. So you may have seen her on one of these shows, but not only is she passionate about that, she's also passionate about culture in the same way that I am. She loves seeing two cultures come together. She loves helping people break down cultural barriers as two are becoming one. And that's something that I'm also passionate about because most of our clients are multicultural or intercultural, where two cultures are coming together. So our audiences are very similar and we tend to be going for the same thing. Luxurious weddings, lots of culture, lots of fun, lots of color, like lots of things that are similar. So she made a great co-host and a great person to interview on my Instagram Live session simply because our audiences were similar. So we talked about things that piqued the interest of those who tuned in. Not only that, we also have similar interests in fashion. A lot of times people do like the things that we wear on wedding days, the way that we dress. I usually wear a dress that matches the color scheme of my clients. Like I do that a lot. That's my way of celebrating with them, of wearing colors that match their color scheme. And Roxy also wears very non-traditional minister's uniform. So we talked about fashion even while we were on the live, and that was something that piqued people's interest and got them excited about their weddings in the future and saying like, wow, it'd be really cool to have vendors who are dressed really cool at my event. And so not only did we give them concrete information, we also gave them a little bit of entertainment, right? We modeled our clothes for them a little bit, talked about what we were wearing while we were on the live. So it was entertaining and it was informative. But the reason that we were able to get that magic sauce was because we had similar interests and our audiences have similar interests. So you definitely want to find someone whose audience has a similar interest as yours as your guest when you do host your next Instagram Live session. That's it for tip number 2. It's time for tip number 3. Now, tip number 3 may seem obvious to some, but I want to elaborate a little bit on this. You want to get someone who is knowledgeable about a specific topic, all right? Now, I think that's really critical. It's important not to just say, oh, hey, I'm going live with this person you want to say what the topic is that you're going live with them about. And you want to make sure that that person is knowledgeable about a specific topic so that people gain something from the Instagram live. And because the truth is that when people gain something from the Instagram live, like when they feel like they learn something new, the next time you go live, they'll want to join, right? If they feel like they learned something new, or if they feel like they were entertained, then they'll want to join again. Now, of course, many of us who are out here making it happen are business owners. So we may be leaning more towards the side of giving information than entertaining, because we're not necessarily in entertainment, but those are the two ingredients that you want to give on Instagram Live. So whoever it is that you bring up, you want to make sure that this person is knowledgeable about whatever the topic is, that this person knows their stuff, okay? That's the simple way of saying it. This person needs to know their stuff, okay? Don't just get someone who's just fun, or, you know, dare I say, just because they're your friend or your family or whatever, doesn't mean that they're the right person for your Instagram Live. You want to get someone who's knowledgeable, who has experience, who can give advice off the cuff. And this is really critical because, again, this is live, all right? You don't really have time to go back and study and Google answers on Instagram Live because you're on camera the whole time. So you want someone who really knows their stuff, who can give answers on the spot to questions that you ask. And even if you choose to send the questions to the person before they join, there are going to be people asking questions live in the comments section, and you want to engage those people. So the person needs to be knowledgeable enough to give answers on the fly. You really want someone who's knowledgeable and who can give tips that are actionable and that are helpful for your audience, because that's something that builds trust. When they say, okay, this person knows their stuff, and they know people who know their stuff, that's something that excites people, right? 2 examples for this. Number 1, I'm going right back to Oprah because I love Oprah, okay? Like, Oprah can do almost no wrong. Like, I've loved her ever since I was young, and I just love Oprah, and I miss her show. I miss the Oprah Winfrey Show. But the 2 things that I got from the Oprah Winfrey Show is that Oprah knows her stuff. She knows, you know, a lot of things about a lot of different things, but she knows a lot of people who know good stuff. So eventually Oprah's stamp became like everything. When Oprah put something on her book club, or when she endorsed something, it was like everybody wanted it, because over time we got to see that not only does she know her stuff, but she knows people who know their stuff too. And it builds even more trust in her as a brand. So what that means is that you want to bring people who know their stuff so that people build their trust in you as a brand, especially if you're in an industry where you're a project manager of some sort, right? I'm a wedding planner. People come to me wanting to trust the vendors that I'm going to recommend to them. And a lot of times they can trust the vendors that I'm going to recommend to them because they see that I know good vendors. I know, you know, I know a lot of quality people. The second example I would say, I went live with my other good friend, with Ijo Rere. She's a stationery designer. She makes beautiful stationery, and she's worked on a couple of events with me, made really nice custom and luxurious invitations. And she recently launched a digital invitation line. Like, she can do custom digital invitations, or you can order one of her ready-made ones. And I love that idea because right now with, you know, COVID-19, those people who may be having weddings later in the year, may not really be 100% sure if the wedding's on yet. So when they are ready to send invitations, they need a solution that's fast and easy. And I felt that she was a very knowledgeable person because she was able to pivot so quickly. And I wanted her to talk about why she pivoted. I wanted us to talk about invitation timelines and give real advice to brides about when they should be sending their invitations while we're in a season of so much uncertainty. So we talked about very practical things on that live that really drew people in. And that live session, believe it or not, is actually the session that brought me a new coaching client. It wasn't even just a wedding planning client, but it brought me a new coaching client because the person said, wow, you know your stuff and I want to learn from you. So by the next day, we were on our first coaching session together. I know, this is crazy. Like, the results are so fast. Like, the other live session that I had brought me a bride a couple of days later. And then the second live session I had brought me a coaching client. But this is really the power of finding the right topic, finding the right person to speak on that topic, and really being authentic and real and leaving people with something that, you know, in the end that they can think about and say, you know, I really trust that person. I want to work with that person. That's the goal of having an Instagram live session. So finding someone who really knows their stuff really shows that you also know your stuff and you know the right people, and it will draw people into you and into your brand. So that's tip number 3. Okay guys, so I've given you a few tips, and now I want to give you the bonus, like the power move, all right? The main thing that you need to remember about these 3 tips that I've shared and how they all relate to one another. You want to get someone that you know personally. And this is something that a lot of people overlook, right? A lot of times we get so technical and we're like, oh, let me get a guest who has like 1 million followers. Let me get a celebrity. Let me get this or that. But a lot of times it's going to be hard to tease out points 1, 2, and 3 if you don't know them personally. And again, the most important, one of the big things that we talked about already was chemistry. And it's hard to build chemistry on a live stream. Right? It's so much easier if you've spoken to them before, even if it's just once, even if you've just worked with that person one time, even if you've just maybe had a call with that person one time, but you really connected, you can then showcase that connection on the Instagram live session instead of trying to build it on the Instagram live session. So my major tip would be to find someone that you already know, and you can probably, like, if you really sit down and think about it, think about the things that I've shared, you can probably think of at least 2 or 3 people who fall in the topics that I've talked about earlier, right? So you definitely want to think about using someone that you know during the season of Instagram Live, and it really, really will pay off in the end, all right? People will feel the love and the chemistry, and they will love watching your session, and they will fall in love with you. And remember, people buy from people that they like. So the goal is to ensure that people fall in love with you by the end of the Instagram Live session, right? That's what we want. Okay guys, I can't believe it. We've already reached the end of the video, and I know these were a lot of tips, but I hope that you took notes and that you remember to get someone that you have chemistry with, someone that you have a mutual interest with that also translates to your audiences, and someone who knows their stuff for your next Instagram Live series, and ultimately someone that you know, right? Because that's the tip that tied the 3 together. I really hope that these tips have been helpful for you, and don't forget, this is tip number 1 in a series, okay? I've got a lot more to think about when it comes to Instagram Live and helping you to have an Instagram Live that really impacts people, all right? The next session is going to be all about finding the right topic. All right, so finding the right topic for your Instagram Live series, and that's something that, of course, is critical, and probably even, you know, it really ties a lot to who you bring on, but finding the right topic that draws people in is really important. So make sure that you are subscribed, okay? I want to make sure that you know when I drop the next video in this series. It's going to come out on Monday, so make sure that you are subscribed so that you can see it, and make sure you come back on Monday to watch that, all right? Once again, videos come out on Thursdays and on some Mondays, so you want to make sure you're subscribed. I always have tips on marketing, money, and making it happen. For those of you out there who are looking to just make things happen for yourself, this is the channel for you. So make sure you're subscribed, join my circle, and I have so many more tips coming your way, all right? I can't wait to see you guys in the next video, and I'll see you then. Bye, everyone.